love again. I'm never going to be involved in anybody's life. I'm never going to reach out. No. The world was blessed because he gave his love. Jesus knows what it's like to love in the middle of pain. It's called the cross. Jesus knows what it's like to keep on loving when you don't feel like loving. Jesus knows what it's like to keep on loving when you feel like your love is being rejected. He keeps on loving. 1 John 3:16, what we know what real love is because Christ gave his life for us. In other words, he lost his life for us. So we have to give up our lives for our brothers and sisters. This is the path to peace. It is the path of surrendering your pain, surrendering your hurt, surrendering your fears, surrendering the problem, surrendering everything that's in your life that's messing up. Say, God, I give it all to you. You will go through these kind of things in your life, and you need to be ready to walk the path of peace, which is surrender. I surrender control. I surrender to your care. I surrender to your love. I surrender the good, the bad, and the ugly. We've all heard the serenity prayer, but most people have never heard the whole prayer. We know the first part goes like this. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And that's where it ends for most people. They think that's all they know. Let me read you the rest of the prayer. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as the pathway to peace. That's what we're talking about. Taking, as Jesus did, this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it. That's accepting things that can be changed. Trusting in your will that you will make it all things right if I surrender to your will, so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with you forever in the next. Amen.
Public service announcement is brought to you by the Communications section of the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training in conjunction with this channel. Log on and stay on. As parents, we will not always be present while our children engage in online learning. Ensure that your child is getting the most from the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training's learning management system. Here are some tips to help you establish your child's online learning routine. Number 1, designate a workspace to reduce distraction. The bed is not recommended. Number 2, each morning, ensure your child is alert and devices are ready to log on. Number 3, periodically check in on your child by calling, texting, or FaceTiming to ensure that they are participating in their online classes. Number 4, communicate with your child's teachers to stay updated on your child's progress and online attendance. Number 5, remember, it takes a village to raise a child, so you can create a WhatsApp or other social media group with parents to share relevant information pertaining to your child's online education. Education is important. Log on and stay on. This public service announcement was brought to you by the Communications section of the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training in conjunction with this channel.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, investigations underway into a massive blaze at the International Bazaar. Doctors Hospital to open its flagship location on Grand Bahama. And the Free National Movement celebrating a major milestone on the island. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, local fire crews battling a massive blaze at the International Bazaar, a once popular shopping mecca on Grand Bahama. Reports indicate that fire crews were alerted just after 6 a.m. on Sunday morning. This is the second major fire on the island in just a few days. Late last week, an 8-Mile Rock family was left homeless after fire swept through their dwelling place. Tonight, as Shoshana Farquharson reports, concerns are once again being raised as to whether or not the island is equipped with adequate fire resources.
Firefighters from the local fire department as well as 2 private organizations for hours have been here at the International Bazaar attempting to put out this blaze. This latest incident of this fire now bringing more questions than answers. This building has been abandoned for some time. The question is, how did the fire start? And many more residents on Grand Bahama who came here today are questioning what happened to the island's fire trucks.
Additional resources called in to assist fire services as a portion of the International Bazaar went up in flames early Sunday morning. Fire crews called to the scene around 6 a.m. and fire official Inspector Eliaris Scar says a relay system was set up between the 3 trucks to combat the fire.
Even though we got the call at 6 o'clock, that didn't mean the fire started at 6 o'clock, so we met the building entirely engulfed. So what our guys did, we started to, in terms of extinguishing the fire as well as protecting the other buildings that surrounded the fire to make sure that it didn't spread to the entire complex.
But the building has been abandoned for years now, so the question is, what started the fire?
At this time, it's too early to say exactly what would have been the cause of the fire due to it's still an ongoing scene. Once we have already contained the fire and extinguished our investigators will now comb the rubble and check with our witnesses and see exactly what would have been the cause of the fire.
Lyndon Volschcom from VOPAC, as well as Tyrone Thomas, a fire specialist from VOPAC, assisting the local fire services team. Thomas believes that the lack of water supply continues to be a challenge when it comes to combating fires on the island.
It was best to spray water from the monitors to put the fire out quicker than actually using hose lines so we get a better flow to push the fire back.
The major challenge of this fire was water supply. As you can see, we have 5 responding fire trucks. But if you can't get water to the trucks, you can't get the fire out.
The water supply is one challenge, but the question many are now asking is, how many fire trucks are on Grand Bahama?
Right now, we have 1 truck that is working due to some issues beyond our control. But those are being repaired as we speak now, so we can supplement our fleet as best as possible for the entire island of Grand Bahama.
The residents on Grand Bahama say this is not a new issue. The fact that we have been told that there is only 1 fire truck working on Grand Bahama, they believe that the time is now for the situation to be addressed, as they call it, unacceptable.
One of the things that continues to concern me as a resident of Grand Bahama and also a business owner is the lack of our fire equipment that we do have on island.
And if it were not for other fire services, we would be in a lot of trouble. That needs to be addressed immediately.
Residents, even with their concerns, though, are singing the high praises of these hard-working firemen. They say even with the challenges, they continue to go beyond the call of duty. Shoshana Farquharson, ZNS Network News.
Senator Kirk Russell also witnessing the fire at the International Bazaar on Sunday. He says he was concerned about the amount of vagrants that occupy the abandoned building. After receiving confirmation that no one was hurt, he too is sharing his concern on the lack of fire equipment on Grand Bahama.
Which include adequate trucks with adequate equipment. We have to take a serious look at the fire hydrants on the island of Grand Bahama. I am being told that less than 25% of the hydrants are working, and if this is the case, this situation must be immediately addressed. I also want to say that I am being told that there is no preventative maintenance that is taking place with the fire hydrants.
Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama, Aram Lewis agrees. He is making this clarion call.
Another concern is that even though this is not ideal, there are quite a number of homeless persons occupying these properties. And this speaks to the fact that they will be now further displaced. So we will call on the Department of Social Services, call on all of the churches, all of our service organizations, to hopefully those persons would come forward seeking help, and the various government agencies, the private agencies, all of our partners will see how we can now accommodate these individuals.
Now, the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, issuing a statement on the International Bazaar fire. After getting an assessment of the situation, Minister Moxie said that as firefighters worked feverishly to contain the blaze, she prayed for their safety and noted that she's thankful to the Grand Bahama Shipyard and Buckeye for their quick response and much needed assistance, recognizing that it serves as an example of public-private partnership at its best. Additionally, the Minister for Grand Bahama says that under the Christie administration, a new fire station was built and fire trucks purchased to ensure that firemen were equipped. She said her ministry will immediately review all aspects of this catastrophe with the relevant authorities to formulate a plan that will bring a resolution to the reoccurring issues encountered by Grand Bahama Fire Services. Doctors Hospital hosting a special renaming and unveiling ceremony for its 8 Mile Rock facility ahead of its official opening in 2022. The New Providence-based hospital has acquired the former general practice clinic of renowned physician Dr. Malik Kavala in 8 Mile Rock. Today, a special renaming and unveiling ceremony was held to honor Dr. Kavala and share plans on the way forward for the newest private hospital in West Grand Bahama. Shoshina Roe-Farquharson reports.
For over 20 years, Dr. Kavala gave stellar service to the 8 Mile Rock community. Now, his tradition and esteemed legacy will be carried on in the new Doctors Hospital Kavala Medical Center. A small group gathered for the special ceremony that unveiled the new Doctors Hospital Health System Kavala Medical Center. Dr. Malik Kavala, his family, and those in attendance hearing how Doctors Hospital's new acquisition of Kavala's former clinic will uphold his legacy. CFO Dennis DeVoe of Doctors Hospital making it clear that community partnership will be maintained.
The first thing is that we will provide care that is trusted and is the very best that's available to the residents of this community. That we will provide care that's accessible, and in order to be accessible, we know that that means it must be affordable.
Doctors Hospital is also partnering with Cleveland Clinic, and as DeVoe shares what that means to Grand Bahama, Kendra Starrup, operations manager in the North, says this particular clinic is planned with West Grand Bahama in mind.
And the concept very simply is that a Bahamian should not have to leave the island of Grand Bahama should they need to seek the services of the Cleveland Clinic.
So we want you to know that this is your medical center. We want to hear from you. What is it that you would love to see here? How can we remain impactful, passionate, and provide critical care service right here at your back door?
Minister of Social Services and Urban Development and Member of Parliament for the area, Obi Walshcombe, as well as Senator Kirk Russell, also celebrating the naming of the facility in honor of Dr. Kavala.
You have touched so many lives. You're the one that people call on when there's nowhere else to go, whether it's in the middle of the night, early in the morning, or during the day.
Today, the legacy of a very valuable community service established by Dr. Kavala, which began in 8 Mile Rock some 40 years ago, will live on.
Moved by the gesture, Dr. Kavala shares how significant this opportunity is for a community that he has served for decades.
I have served the community to the best of my abilities and do not have anything left to offer. With this decision of Doctors Hospital taking over this facility, I am confident the community of 8 Mile Rock and West Grand Bahama will be served for decades to come.
Now, if you didn't know, while Dr. Kavala still was operating here in West Grand Bahama, every year he held one of the biggest Thanksgiving dinners for the elderly within the community. Well, just in true Kavala style, Doctors Hospital thought it fitting to close out this program with the lovely sounds of the cooling waters. Shashina Rolf-Arkeson, ZNS Network News.
While the business community weighing in on the end of the nightly curfew, they say that so far they found that residents have become accustomed to a 12 a.m. curfew and are still adjusting to the new freedom. In this report, they say they are hoping that the lifted curfew will equal more revenue. For several months now, residents have been agitating for the nightly curfew to be done away with. On November 13th, the previous emergency powers orders came to an end, bringing to an end the nightly curfews, which have been in place since the start of the pandemic. These bar and restaurant-related businesses say that so far, residents have yet to adjust.
The first weekend was pretty good, no, but maybe our body's so used to 12 o'clock, not everyone going to go to the limit as 2 o'clock as yet. But I think in the month of December, it's going to be really pretty much busier. We get the cruise ship coming in slowly and shortly. They say start December month, more and more cruise ship going to be coming in, which is good for the island. Yeah, but I mean, it's pretty good to have no curfew. More people, more hours, more work time, and more can make more, a little bit more money.
Last week wasn't what we were really expecting because not much people has adjusted that curfew has already been lifted. But this week we're hoping more people comes out because, you know, last week was probably like a tryout after curfew got lifted. But this week we're expecting more people, you know, get out a little bit more because though curfew is lifted, not much people stay out as much.
We got a bump that first weekend, but, you know, we still got a ways to go. Because we were, you know, we had a lot of ebbs and flows, you know, for the last, 6-8 months when it came to business. So going into the Christmas season, we definitely expecting some business.
However, business owner Emelak Fountain says that while he understands the financial benefits of after-hours businesses, the curfew has opened his eyes to another important aspect of life.
You know, I was able to see stuff at home that I don't usually see on a regular business, business week or during business hours. Get time to spend with the kids, with the family, see things I probably haven't seen that I should have been seeing. So in terms of that, I did say the curfew give you a little bit more opportunity to spend time in the family life. Some things that we kind of lack here in the small, the Bahamas is a small, close-knit place. I think, and that's something we kind of started everything as focus as business, moving. But some of the basic values where we started to lose focus on, it give you a chance to actually sit there and see where you're lacking.
Manager at Agave, Philane Wilson, adding his appreciation to the Grand Bahama community that have continued to support local businesses, a sentiment shared by many businesses on the island.
I just pray that, in this time that we all can, make some money to support our families because we've had a difficult time. I mean, everybody can say that. But in Freeport, it's like, we get kind of like that extra kind of like, if I can say this, kind of kick in the butt with kind of things. Just pray, especially in the hospitality industry, I pray that all of us can make some monies and take care of our families and take care of our responsibilities. And I always say this restaurant has been kept afloat by the many loyal Grand Bahamians that come to this restaurant and spend their hard-earned money. So we definitely thank them for that. Tremendous thanks for that.
Stay with us. There's still more news to come right after this break.
Come on down now.
Open up, this at the time of the year. BTC spreading Christmas cheer to everybody whether far or near. Move to the rhythm of Christmas round.
Did you hear that? Is it Santa?
Bring home BTC Superfast Extreme Internet Bundle for only $99.99 with 157 channels and 150 megabits of speed per second, and your home will be blazing all year long. This Christmas, make it BTC. It's the better choice for you and me. Move to the rhythm of Christmas. Move to the rhythm of BTC.
Hi, I'm Olympia Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. On Grand Bahama, there are only two types of homes, those with termites and those that will have termites. The signs you should look for are drywood termite fecal pellets, subterranean termite shelter tubes, and of course damaged wood. We now have on Grand Bahama the Coptotermes formosanus, or the super termite, which can do extreme damage in a very short period of time. To know more and to protect your investment, contact the termite experts at Budget Pest Control. With us, it's not just a company behind you, but a family. We are located on 13 Forest Avenue. Call us today at 351-7378.
Pandora is having a Black Friday sale. Save 30% from November 24th through the 30th. Shop Pandora this holiday season and save.
Come on down to World's Wholesale on Queens Highway in the Bamboo East Complex, opposite Yeager Funeral Home, where we sell the highest quality hurricane impact windows, doors, metal roofs, and hurricane shutters at the best prices you can find. Visit our store Monday to Friday from the hours of...
Plan to have your Thanksgiving lunch or dinner at Off the Deep Edge Restaurant, Suite number 19 Peel Street. Call 352-1664 or WhatsApp 807-3400 to book your table.
I'm passionate about people like you, our customers. Everything that we do for the past 5 years ensures that you have access to the best. We look forward to connecting you with the future of technology, one day at a time. And we are excited for what the future holds. Thank you for choosing Alive.
To our customers, thank you. Thank you for being a part of the Alive family. Our 5-year milestone would not have been possible without you. We are excited and fired up to continue to provide you with only the best.
Our customers, you truly drive everything that we do. Thank you for believing in best, and thank you for being a part of this journey. We have weathered storms, connected you to loved ones when they can't be near, and strived to be the best. We are excited and looking forward to what the next 5 years have in store. Happy anniversary from Alive.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. In news from the crime beat, an 18-year-old is dead and several persons are in custody after a stabbing incident in Jonestown, 8 Mile Rock. Police reports state that shortly after midnight on Sunday, officers received a report that a male was stabbed at a business establishment in Jonestown. Further inquiries reveal that a group of persons were involved in an altercation when the victim, an 18-year-old male resident of Jonestown, was stabbed to the upper body. He was taken to the Rands Memorial Hospital by a private vehicle and was seen by doctors, but later succumbed to his injuries. 5 suspects are in police custody and are assisting police with this investigation. In other news now, the Free National Movement is celebrating a major milestone. The party was formed in 1971 and has been one of the major political organizations in the country for decades. 50 years later, they are thanking God for their accomplishments over the years and are hoping for a brighter future moving forward. Jamila Mizik reports.
The Free National Movement celebrating 50 years as a political party. The opposition gathering at the New Mount Olivet Baptist Church in Holmes Rock to give thanks and praise to God. Party leader, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, reminding those in attendance about the hardships of the dissident 8 who formed the FNM. Sir Cecil Wallace Whitfield, Maurice Moore, Sir Arthur Foulkes, Warren J. Lavardy, Dr. Curtis Macmillan, George Thompson, James Shepard, and Dr. Elward Donaldson. Dr. Minnis noting that the FNM has weathered many storms.
Storms forge character. Storms remind us of our purpose. Storms remind us of what is essential. Storms build resistance. And we endured the violence of Lewis Yard. In 1970, a group of then senior PLPs, who would soon leave that party to form the Free National Movement, held a meeting on a Sunday afternoon in Lewis Yard here in Grand Bahama. And just as today, from the very beginning, Grand Bahama played a vital and powerful role in the Free National Movement.
Dr. Minnis adding that the founding fathers of the FNM endured much victimization, something the party does not condone.
Victimization is unconstitutional. It is immoral, and it is simply wrong. Bahamians have a right to vote for the party or candidate of their choice without fear of victimization. All Bahamians deserve to be treated fairly by their government, regardless of which party is in power.
The party leader thanked Grants Bahamians for their support over the years, noting that Grants Bahama is a source of strength, hope, and inspiration for the FNM. He says many still ask the question, why was the snap election called? To this end, he says,
we have some headwinds that are coming. Those headwinds, in order to manage those headwinds that we see coming, it was essential to have a new mandate.
Delivering the word of the gospel was Bishop Ricardo Grant, who reminded the party that now is not the time to stop working.
This work speaks of making sure that we put our hands to the plow and ensure that we do what is necessary, do what is important, but do what is instructed to us to do at the hands of the Master. The Father speaks to you, even as a convention, even as a party, and says to you, it's time to get busy working. This is not that period in time when there should be infighting and influcting and name-calling and finger-pointing. And okay, I know I wasn't going to get much help, but this is time to work.
A prayer was then said for the party's leadership, its membership, and for the country.
Bless him. Father, we pray for our
Special presentations were also made. Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
And now it is time for a check on sports with our Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sport. It was a busy weekend as usual in sports with the NFL, the NBA and soccer at the YMCA, but let's start this one with college hoops. Grand Bahamian Ahmad Harvey is set to make his season debut on Tuesday at the Bahama Nassau Division I's men's basketball tournament in the nation's capital. The 6'7" former St. Georgia Jaguar, who helped propel the team to a national high school championship back in 2016, is ready to rock and roll.
I've been battling an ankle injury for 5 weeks, couldn't practice, couldn't get in the gym as much, but I'm getting back into things. I should be able to have my first game in my home country, even though I'm from Freeport and we're playing in Nassau. My individual goals for this year is just to be the best version of myself. That's the most important thing, to make myself as best as possible and help the team win. I'm looking forward to get back into action. We are 1-1 in the season right now. We're supposed to play 3 games in the Bahama hoops, but one team got COVID and we got a bye, and now we're playing on Tuesday. So my first appearance is going to be on Tuesday. My family's going to be there. I'm excited. I'm happy to be home, and I'm just ready to hoop.
Sticking with hoops action, this time in the National Basketball Association, Luke Walton's time with the Kings has come to an end. On Sunday, the Kings announced they have fired Walton as the team's head coach following a 6-11 start on the season. After the Kings finished 31-41 in back-to-back seasons, Sacramento General Manager Monty McNair made it clear that he expected the team to earn a playoff berth in the 2021-2022 season, putting a lot of pressure on Walton early in the campaign. The Kings have not reached the postseason since 2006. And finally in sports, week 11 of the NFL season in the books. Some key games from the weekend. Bahamian Michael Strong and his Indianapolis Colts with a big win on Sunday against Buffalo Bills, 41-15 to improve to 6-5 on the season. The Philadelphia Eagles got a win over the New Orleans Saints, 40-29 at home to strengthen their playoff hopes. In the NFC East standings, the Dallas Cowboys found themselves on the losing end against the Kansas City Chiefs 19-9 in a low-scoring game to drop to 7-3 on the year. And last but not least,
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.
the Miami Dolphins, showing some signs of life, won their third consecutive game to improve to 3-7 on the year with a 24-17 win against the New York Jets to improve their playoff hopes. That's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
Elevate your fiber home internet and unlock an unlimited mobile experience.
Island Bedding is the Bahamas' leading manufacturer in mattress sets. But did you know we also carry top quality products like pillows, comforters, sheets, and much more. Our furniture line is also expanding to meet the needs of those rebuilding. We have bedroom sets, sofa beds, recliners, accent pieces, and so much more. Come and experience Island Bedding today, where everybody deserves their own island.
The past is what drives us, but it is no more. In it, we learn valuable lessons about where we came from. The future is what we aspire to, but it is yet to be written. Thinking about it allows us to plan for a better tomorrow. The present is the only thing we possess right now. It is the moment when we rise to the occasion, so that we stand in the beauty and wonder of who we are. Where our strength really matters, because our resilience speaks for itself. We plan for where we are today, a strong company, a powerful network, built by the people, for the people, because we believed in best, because we lived for the moments, and we delivered. You know what we were, and now you get to see who we are. We are alive.
Attention, all building contractors and home owners. Cadet Bahamas, your competent home improvement store, now has in stock kitchen cabinets, granite and quartz countertops, porcelain tiles, vinyl and laminated flooring, PVC windows, and so much more. Visit any one of our 4 locations today: Freeport, Nassau, Abaco, or Eleuthera, where we are committed to offering excellent customer service. You dream it, we design it, we deliver it.
BTC spreading Christmas cheer to everybody with a far or near. Move to the rhythm of Christmas round.
Did you hear that? Is it Santa?
Bring home BTC Superfast Extreme Internet Bundle for only $99.99 with 157 channels and 150 megabits of speed per second, and your home will be blazing all year long. This Christmas, make it BTC. It's the better choice for you and me. Move to the rhythm of Christmas. Move to the rhythm of BTC.
Ice the coconut got this. Cocoa skin driven madness. Juiciness ice the back. This sweet like a sugar in a dripping like ice.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Harry McKinsey, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We appreciate your support. That's going to do it for us here in the North, but be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Megan Shepard. Have a wonderful day.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the national report, health officials brace for another possible COVID wave. The Bahamas benefits from a $26,000 U.S. gift. Bay Street straw vendors back on the job, and BPL's new board unveils new plans for the power giant. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Superfast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lopindo. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks so much for joining us. Get ready. Healthcare experts are preparing for what some see as the inevitable, considering global trends. Nearly 2 full years into the fight, and the reality is that another wave of the elusive COVID virus could be headed this way, and at a time when vaccination hesitancy remains high in some circles.
I've always said, in the time of peace, you must prepare for war.
This past Saturday, France hospitals reported a total of 7,974 COVID patients in their care, with 1,333 of them in the intensive care. As some of you may be aware, France is now in its 5th wave of COVID-19 infections, and while a pretty long way from the Bahamas, there's no running away from it. Despite noted inroads in the local fight against the virus, the possibility of a 4th wave exists, and Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville is urging Bahamians to brace for what may come.
We're looking at what's going on around the world, and when you look at what's going around the world, you see that COVID is raging in other countries. Some of the countries, we have tourists come from those countries to the Bahamas, and we are putting protocols in place to protect our borders for testing, as well as ensuring individuals who do come in are vaccinated, particularly in the cruise ship industry. But while that's happening, the possibility of a 4th wave coming to the Bahamas is a real phenomenon. I do not want to give a time, but I believe more so in the short term than the long term.
Preparing for that possibility calls for ramping up local vaccination efforts as much as possible, and recent data reflects there's good reason why.
The analysis of our COVID-19 hospital administrations and deaths confirmed that 181 patients were admitted to the Princess Margaret Hospital. Of this number, it's sad to say that out of the 181 persons admitted, 168 were unvaccinated. Sadly, the hospital recorded 49 COVID-related deaths in October, and of the 49, 45 were unvaccinated, which accounts to 92% of the individuals who died in our country in October from COVID-19 were unvaccinated.
That analysis further shows that of October's hospital admissions, 12 of the patients 80 years plus hadn't taken 1 shot, compared to the 2 who were fully vaccinated. Moving up a bit to the 60 to 69-year-olds, and 42 of them were unvaccinated, just 2 were fully vaccinated. A look at the 40 to 49-year-olds show that of those admitted to the Princess Margaret Hospital in October, all 19 were not vaccinated. Meantime, 7 of the 80-plus-year-olds who succumbed to COVID were unvaccinated. Another 13 were between 60 and 69 years. Vaccinations, then, seen as a game changer, and not only in terms of keeping people out of hospital, but ensuring the sick does not die.
Well, meantime, the latest COVID-19 stats show 3 new COVID cases on record, all females, and all of them from right here in New Providence. That gives us a total of now 22,661. At last count, 18 people were in hospital fighting off the virus, 4 of them on the intensive care unit. Data also reflecting a total of 21,560 recoveries and 315 tests completed on Sunday, 4 of them repeats. Well, following a nearly 2-year drought, so to speak, hundreds of Bay Street straw vendors are back in business. And as Jiminita Swain tells us, the group all too happy to return.
I'm happy to be back. The market is open and I can sit and sell my straw craft to the tourists, and
talk to tourists, which I love doing.
Those were the sentiments of Rose Benaby, a 20-year veteran of the downtown Bay Street Straw Market. She, along with her colleagues, have had no work for 20 months as it was closed due to the growing number of COVID-19 cases. On Monday, the market reopened with ongoing renovations still underway. Minister of Works, the Honorable Alfred Sayers, toured the facility assessing the upgrades that now bring the market in compliance with COVID-19 protocols.
It was a matter of priority that we open the markets of our country because the money that they make, those profits are not repatriated to another country. That money is spent right here educating their children.
Parliamentary Secretary Barkus Rose said initial plans to open the market commenced last year and ramped up within the last 3 weeks.
We are very happy that the market is open today. It gives us great pleasure to ensure that over 300 self-employed individuals are able to return to work after 20 months without an income.
After consultation with health officials, Managing Director of the Straw Market Authority, Elaine Sims, explained what protocols were implemented to ensure the environment was a safe one for employees and visitors to the cultural hub.
With the extermination of all of our markets, we've now had all of the markets deep cleaned and sanitized by the Department of Environmental Health Services. We were required to install hand sanitizer dispensers throughout the markets. We have completed all of those. We have on hand now, if you see, we have the hand washing station, which was also a recommendation.
Digital temperature machines were another added feature. As for how many vendors will be at work,
180 vendors each day, and the rotation is something that is being worked out, and it's a work in progress as we proceed. We have a program of encouraging vaccination, and also there will be weekly antigen testing.
Minister says was unable to confirm how many straw vendors were vaccinated, only hinting that a significant amount of them did get the jab. Meantime, President of the Straw Market Advancement Association, Celestine Enius, was grateful to be back to work.
After all this time, we can come to a place that we call home. We miss our family. This is a family-orientated place.
While other repairs remain pending, more than 300 vendors are now selling their cultural wares between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekly under the current provisions. Jiminita Swain, ZNS Network News.
Well, as you can imagine, many tourists were equally pleased to venture through the downtown Straw Market. This visitor from Illinois, one of them.
I've been coming here for 8 years or so now, and actually the last time was right before the pandemic, so it's good seeing everything back open and everyone up and running again. It's been really good. It's a little different, but overall it's been nice.
Well, the Straw Market's COVID-19 protocols eased the fears of Brooke Mainville from Michigan.
It's my first time in Bahamas in general and first time in this market. And then someone in the streets actually told us to come and check this out because it just opened. So we're fortunate that it opened today while we're here. Felt super safe. Everyone is wearing masks. Everyone is really nice. And the temperature, and the washing our hands as well, that was really beneficial. So I feel really safe in here in regards to COVID, and just everyone is so friendly.
Well, in related news, no word yet on if Royal Caribbean will allow passengers 12 years and under to sail on their vessels. Still, President and CEO Michael Bailey assures 100% of the crew is fully vaccinated and the ships remain environmentally safe. This, says the cruise line, is expected to see an uptick in passengers real soon.
It takes time for parents to make their own decision. Our initial data shows us, which we think will change, is that 35% of parents are thinking of having their children between 5 and 12 vaccinated. We believe that that number will increase and change. So we're watching the situation. During the fourth and first quarter and into the second quarter, typically of the of a normal sailing pattern for our ships, we find that the number of kids drops down quite significantly.
Well, still to come, BPL has a new leadership team, and police here in the capital need your help locating this man. We'll be right back after this.
And remember to tune in to the morning edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, at 6:30 and the National Report live at 7 p.m. all right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC Superfast Fiber Internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our super fast fiber internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
So here you are, saving on the rent. We've got a better idea. Save with our new KFC meal deal with 2 pieces of chicken, fries, buttery biscuit, and a soda for as low as $6.80, including VAT. The new KFC meal deal, available for delivery, drive-thru, or carry-out. KFC Nassau, so good.
With BOV. Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
A new board has been appointed to lead Bahamas Power and Light. Anthony Smith tells us about their plans to produce efficient electricity transmission and generation across the country.
Given all the complexities that BPL was going through, given all the decisions that need to be made, we had a discussion around how do we do this in a very responsible manner, because ultimately we're talking about energy for our country.
That's outgoing Bahamas Power and Light Chairman Donovan Moxie, as the smooth transition of power begins with an 8-member board led by new Chairman Pedro Rowe assumes responsibility for the utility corporation.
Where we are is not good enough, so every succeeding year we must find ways to ensure that we offer sustainable, and from the Family Island, this is critical for me, that power deliverance must not be just centered, it must be a national issue.
The team, according to Roll, will hit the ground running, tackling a number of complex matters, including the rate reduction bonds and the corporation's fuel hedging strategy. Of utmost importance, however, 30% renewable energy generation by 2030, a government mandate which Minister of Works, the Honorable Alfred Sayers, is confident within the new board's ability to do.
It is not any regular business. This is where we are fighting for the survival of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So the government was clear, and that is the mandate that BPL, BEC has to meet the emergency of now.
And in the even near future, Roll says the board will work to repair its relationship with employees in an effort to advance the company's mandate.
It is our goal in ensuring that we work together, that everyone get a clear understanding of what the vision of BPL is, what the challenges are, what can we do together to ensure that the entire Bahamas receive clean, economical, sustainable energy.
Well, that new board assumes their positions effective immediately of their goals to provide a more reliable and robust transmission systems for consumers across the Bahamas. Antoinette Smith, ZNS Network News.
Now to news from the crime beat. Police are hoping to close in on 38-year-old Derico John Bowe. The number 8 Malcolm Road resident is wanted for armed robbery. The only description police provided is that he's dark-skinned and medium build. If you can help police find Bowe, please contact the Criminal Investigation Department at 502-9991 or 502-9992, 911-919, or download the P3 Tips app. Detectives starting the week off investigating another homicide. What we know is that sometime around 8 last night, police were alerted to the sound of a gunshot on Murray Street, Sunshine Park. Here's what Police Press Liaison Officer Assistant Superintendent Audley Peters says officers saw when they arrived on the scene.
On the arrival of the first responders, they were directed to the western side of a house where they discovered the body of a male lying on the ground unresponsive. Emergency medical services were summoned, and following their examination of the male, he was pronounced lifeless. We're appealing to members of this community who may have any information in regards to this incident to contact the police at 502-9992 or 91. And we also appeal to members of the community who may be aware of individuals in possession of unlicensed firearm to contact their nearest police station and report those individuals with those weapons.
Defense Force Commodore Dr. Raymond King educating Bahamas Elite Sports Academy students on the role of the military, its diversity and rewarding career path. When asked about a key factor in joining the RBDF, Commodore King said it's an honor given to those who aspire to serve and put God and country above themselves.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today.
The illustrious Royal Caribbean has named Bahamian para triathlon athlete Erin Brown, godmother of the Odyssey of the Seas. Miss Erin Brown is a known motivational speaker advocating for disability accessibility throughout the Bahamas. Disability is accessible and creates opportunity. Disability is you, it's me, it's we. We. This includes persons or people with disabilities. It have been, it will be, and I want each of you to know you are worthy now. Don't you, don't we ever Forget it. Together, we continue, because disabled lives do matter. Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, commended Brown on her resilience.
Ms. Brown's ethos of resilience, determination, and fortitude in the face of adversity is one that inspires us as a nation and will imbue the atmosphere of this vessel with a positive, vibrant aura for many years to come. Ms. Brown, I have read your incredible story, and I want you to know that we are exceptionally proud of you.
Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, expressed gratitude to Erin as the first Bahamian godmother of a Royal Caribbean cruise.
Erin, I want to thank you for all you have done as an ambassador for the Bahamian people and as an advocate for those living with disabilities in the Bahamas. You are an inspiration to all of us.
I'm Electa Knowles, and this is Tourism Today.
Hello, my name is Joan Evans. I am the Chief Financial Officer for Abundant Life Bible Church. One of my responsibilities is to ensure that the men and women who work in service to the ministry receive their monthly wages and that their NIB contributions are paid on time each month so that their NIB benefits are available when they need it. During the COVID-19 pandemic, when everything was shut down, the NIB Employer Self-Service Portal enabled me to make payments from anywhere. I didn't need to be in office or visit NIB, which I find physically challenging anyway. We got notice when NIB's ESS portal started, but we never registered to use it until March 2020, when COVID-19 protocols forced our hand. It was convenient, and our payments were instantly credited to our NIB account. I still use it, even though I'm back in the sanctuary office. You should sign up today at ess@nib-bahamas.com.
Is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
Janae's Chesapeake Road Christmas Wonderland is open under the Big Tent. Get your Christmas trees in pink, frosted, green, or white in a variety of sizes. Musical Christmas LED and laser lights. A large variety of tree ornaments. Lighted angels and Santa tree toppers. Bright and lively colored Christmas balls in all sizes. Garlands, wreaths, tree skirts, stockings, and lots more. Add flowers, picks, and decorative mesh to brighten up your home or office this holiday season. And don't forget the toys at Janae's Chesapeake Road. Check our selections online at www.janae's.com.
I don't want to lose my vision because of diabetes.
I don't want to lose a foot or a leg.
I don't want kidney failure or nerve damage.
I want to live better.
I want to live a better life.
So I'm taking control of my health. I'm taking control of my diabetes.
I'm taking control of my diabetes.
I'm taking control of diabetes.
I'm taking control of my diabetes.
I'm learning how to manage my diabetes better.
I'm eating healthier meals.
I keep physically active.
I take my medicine.
I get my annual checkups.
It's making a difference.
It's changing my life. I'm living better.
I can do this.
I can do this.
I can do this.
If I can do it, so can you. Start now. Start now.
Start now.
Hepatitis is the inflammation of the liver, which is the organ responsible for filtering toxins from the body, producing bile for digestion, and producing proteins and clotting factors. The most important cause of hepatitis worldwide is viruses, of which there are 5 main types: A, B, C, D, and E. Hepatitis B and C are major health challenges globally, affecting over 300 million persons worldwide. The suspicion of hepatitis may be a challenge as there are typically no symptoms. However, if infected, non-specific symptoms may include decreased appetite, nausea, vague abdominal discomfort, jaundice or yellow eyes, and abnormal liver function tests. If not treated, hepatitis of any type can lead to cirrhosis and liver cancer, which leads to over 1 million deaths worldwide. If you suspect you may have been exposed to the virus that causes hepatitis, talk to your doctor today and get tested.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority in conjunction with the Medical Association of the Bahamas and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
In an emergency, every second counts. And what's crucial in all this is a reliable communications device ahead of pre-hospital care. Well, arming the Public Hospital Authority's EMS department with just that on Monday was the USAID and the Bahamas Red Cross Society, who officially handed over 12 Motorola APX 1000 handheld radios, a critical upgrade to local EMS communication devices.
These radios will keep the persons in the ambulance department connected instantly and continuously, no matter the situation. Background noise, weather, or duration. It is important that every word is heard and every message understood when it counts the most.
And I want to thank USAID for what I call a gift of love, because there's many other places in the world where you can go to donate, but you've chosen us, and we take it very, very, very seriously.
Acting Political and Economic Chief at the U.S. Embassy, Todd B. Sargent, says the donation is part of the U.S. government's broad effort to strengthen the Bahamian healthcare infrastructure.
Today's donation, not only of the 12 radios, but also industrial laundry equipment that I'll highlight in just a moment. It's part of a $750,000 grant from USAID, which has been expertly implemented by the International Federation of the Red Cross and the Bahamas Red Cross Society. This grant is just part of the more than $1.5 million in health assistance the U.S. government has provided to the Bahamas since the beginning of the pandemic.
So the countdown is on to Black Friday, considered the holy grail of shopping here in the Bahamas and indeed around the world. Antoinette Smith viewed a local business's preparation for everyone's favorite, or somewhat, holiday.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. And no, we're not talking about Christmas, but rather that holiday weekend that tends to provide the world with the best gifts of all. A good sale.
Our Black Friday sale is one of the biggest.
It's a day for which local houseware company We Buy, You Sell has been preparing long in advance. A chance for their loyal customers to secure those much-needed items and offset tight finances brought on by the pandemic.
Is to just give Bahamians top quality goods, but at a very great price. So the biggest thing we began from inception is really to give you the best price. And after the pandemic and everything that's going on, we still want to keep that at the forefront. So like I said, in the past it was 50%, but now we have different percentages. So we still wanted to find a way in which we could service our customers and they could still feel like, hey, we're still getting that Black Friday as to what we're used to before.
That's tiles, windows, and steel doors offered at discounted rates between 15 and 25%. A big win for consumers, though they note that there are a few fan favorites that tend to sell out before they even hit the shelves.
The red steel door, usually depending on the type of style that you get, because of the security of it, usually customers tend to go more on it because usually throughout the year the prices is high. So now when they get the discounted prices, now they have a chance to actually get the door that they want. And actually as a certain size is a 37 by 38 that usually goes fast.
And while international reports boast of a Black Friday with low inventory worldwide, that's not the case for this local company. In fact, officials note that their stores are fully stocked and ready to service customers.
There's been a lot of changes, and like you said, there's definitely been a backlog in goods coming in, but we've done our due diligence in order to prepare for these things. So we've ordered the goods months in advance, which is why they're really here in time for this Black Friday.
So, happy shopping.
Well, she's off. Miss Bahamas World, Sienna Evans, left for San Juan, Puerto Rico today to participate in the 70th Miss World competition set for December 16th. Sienna is one of more than 100 contestants competing for the coveted Miss World title and Blue Crown. Online reports state that over 2 billion people in 100 countries will be watching. Telemundo Puerto Rico has been selected as the official TV channel to air the Miss World pageant. As we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Having a policy with Bahama Health is more than just health insurance. It's about feeling good knowing that your health and wellness is covered. It's about the confidence you feel knowing that your card is accepted by over 50 pharmacies and 400 local doctors. It's about peace of mind, knowing that when you travel, you have comprehensive coverage and our overseas partner is just a phone call away. It's about the security you feel, knowing that you're an important part of the family.
Join the family.
That time of year again, and Bahamas Welding and Fire has everything you need to transform your home this holiday season. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Trim the tree, hang the family stockings, and gift some Christmas cheer to those you love. From assorted ribbons, garlands, Christmas trees, wreaths, LED lights, holiday props, stockings, and skirts, BWF has the largest selection of all things holly and jolly. And for Santa's little helpers, from kids' bikes to motorized toys, we'll make all their dreams come true. Our helpful staff is waiting to see you. Shop today at BWF. We have all the top brand name tools and kitchen appliances too. Visit our store on number 13 Wilton Street and see for yourself. BWF. We're more than just our name.
When you wanna save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you wanna look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
I'm here at the Dixon Hill Lighthouse on San Salvador to let you know that marine protected areas make dollars and cents. A well-designed and managed network of protected areas can generate income for nearby communities. From MPA managers to lodges to eco-tours, there is money to be made.
Healthy marine ecosystems help to protect our islands from climate change and other impacts that we cannot control. Healthy coral reefs help to break down fake waves, and mangroves absorb storm surge and help to protect our coastline.
Older and larger fish tend to carry more and healthier eggs than younger fish. Fish replenishment areas will allow fish to grow bigger and ensure that we have more fish now and in the future.
In our replenishment area, fish are free to grow and reproduce. As their populations increase, more fish will spill over into other areas where fishermen can increase their catch and their income.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island.
I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island.
I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island, and you should too.
And you should too.
And you should too.
And you should too.
See the future with Bahamas Protected.
Imagine what it would be like if there wasn't a referee. That's why we have a referee to make sure that we all play fair. As an independent regulator, IRCA has been working with consumers and service providers since 2009 to ensure that the regulated sectors are well managed and that everyone's interests are fairly represented. That way, we all get to play on an even playing field. IRCA, improving lives through effective utilities regulation.
Plans progressing for the proposed construction of a multi-million-dollar marine conservation center on the island of Bimini. The center is to be completed by spring 2022 and is expected to protect and reverse the decline in corals around the world. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, gives the project a thumbs up.
Coral reefs are of vital importance to local marine life and a sustainable fisheries industry. They also provide a buffer protecting our coastal areas from waves and surges and floods. We recognize the significance of the work that you will be doing in preserving our corals, as well as the contributions your group will be making to the body of local academic research.
Now, the Marine Center will feature a research laboratory, coral nursery tanks, lecture hall, interactive pavilion, and outdoor tanks. Students from the universities of the Bahamas and Miami, as well as Nova Southeastern University, will also conduct coral research. MSC Cruises Chief Operating Officer Ken Muscat assures the project will adhere to the highest environmental standards.
Is completely committed to improving natural resources and being environmentally friendly. The entire cruise industry is very much focused on that. Not only do you see it in things like we talked about today in Ocean Key with the Conservation Center and what we're doing with super coral and research and the marine life, but also the way that we operate these ships and becoming net zero carbon impact by 2050, doing things with LED lighting and the fuel consumption and the paint that we use on the ships to be more fuel efficient. So everything possible from an environmental and a marine perspective to be friendly to the waters as the cruise industry continues to grow is very, very important.
Well, State Minister for Education, the Honorable Zane Lightbourne, says his ministry will have to address a myriad of challenges before face-to-face learning can resume within the public school system.
We are looking at first starting school in a hybrid model for most schools. In the Family Islands in particular, we are hoping that because of the numbers, we can do full face-to-face. Now, we know we have the space in most of these schools. The thing is that we need to make sure that they are equipped to be face-to-face fully, and even if they are hybrid, that we have those structures in place also. For example, reliable internet, electricity. We want to make sure that the furniture is up to par. Repair program, as Minister Hanneman put it, has been lagging in some areas, and we find this consistent also in one or two schools in Andros. It is disappointing to see this, and we have to address this going forward because the school structures are meant to be repaired during the summer months so it doesn't interrupt learning when learning can take place.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Well, thank you, Kishla. Outside of our studios, we are under partly cloudy skies. Temperature is 77 degrees. The relative humidity 88%. The winds are out of the north-northeast at 5 miles per hour. Your barometric pressure 1,011.6 millibars. That's 29.87 inches, and the pressure is rising. Temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 77 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Grand Tour, Key, and Marsh Harbor, Abaco. The Berry Islands at 79. Isle of Sound, Bimini, 76. 79 in Harbor Island, Rock Town, Eleuthera, 76. Alderstown, Cadet Island, they have a temperature there of 79 degrees. Black Point, Exuma, and Camp Space at Andros at 80 degrees. Fresh Creek, Central Andros at 81. 79 in San Salvador and Rum Key, Georgetown, Exuma, 80 degrees. 80s also in Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, 81. Acklands, 81. Matthew Town, Unago, 83. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 81 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of F5P, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter for the Northwestern Islands. The winds are going to be northwest to north. Behind that front, the speed's picking up 15 to 20 knots. Wave heights building 4 to 7 feet. So caution flags go up tonight in the Northwest Bahamas. High tide takes place at 9:39 tonight. In the central and southeastern islands, southwest to west, 10 to 15 knots. Wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Tomorrow, which is Tuesday, in the northwest and central islands, the winds remaining northwest. 15 to 25 knots, very rough seas at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean, so we'll have an advisory in place for boaters to boat in the northwest and central Bahamas tomorrow. High tide will take place at 10:02 in the morning, with the low tide at 4:36 in the afternoon. Now for the southeast Bahamas tomorrow, southwest to west winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet, which constitute a caution flag. And then on Wednesday in the northwest and central island, the winds rotate clockwise, becoming northeast, maintaining that 15 to 25 knot speeds, and the wave heights very rough once again at 5 to 8 feet. So advisories remain in place. High tide at 10:44 in the morning on Wednesday, with the low tide taking place at 5:20 in the afternoon. For the southeast Bahamas on Wednesday, northeasterly winds 15 to 20, and the wave heights 4 to 7 feet with caution flags up. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. Gonna do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. Extended weather forecast is still ahead.
COVID-19 attacked our personal and national psyche. We fought back. We adjusted our consciousness so that we could wrap our minds around the impossible and unbelievable things we were going through. But guess what? Nobody escaped. That means there was nobody who was too pretty, too cute, too important, too holy, or too rich to escape the mental trauma and battering of COVID-19. We can allow COVID-19 to destroy us or defeat us, or we can make a decision right now to act in a manner that supports wellness for ourselves and for the nation. So let's act to restore and sustain our personal sense of well-being and our national mental health status. We're all involved. It's that important.
Travel this holiday season? Don't want to miss out on those blockbuster deals? Well, have you gotten your COVID-19 vaccine yet? Time is running out to travel for the holidays, and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine may be just what you need. It's one and done. Just one jab of this vaccine, and 2 weeks later, you're fully vaccinated and ready to shop. Protect yourself and your loved ones this holiday season. Schedule your vaccine appointment now.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Immediate Response is on the move this Thanksgiving weekend. The Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, in conjunction with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Bahamian American Association, Sleepy Hollow Hotel, and JetBlue presents Immediate Response in New York.
We will be interviewing outstanding Bahamians in the New York City area who have excelled in their chosen fields of endeavor.
Immediate Response in New York
is made possible by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Arawak X, Fidelity Bank, Bahamas Harvest Church, Baker Tilly Gomez, Bahamas Business Solutions, the Ministry of Social Services, Bahamas Development Bank, Bahamas Retina and Eye Care Center, University of the Bahamas, Davao Wong Realty, Battery and Tire Specialists, Palmdale Optical, The Paint Place, Rolls Auto Parts, J Fitness 242, Lowe's Wholesale Agency Limited, The Medical Pavilion, and the Bahamas Crisis Center.
Immediate Response in New York, live on the ZNS Network this Thanksgiving weekend.
Did you know that if a fire starts in your home, you may have as little as 2 minutes to escape? Keep your family and home safe with these few fire safety preparation and prevention tips. Ensure that your home has working smoke detectors. They will alert you if there is smoke and fire in your home. Install a smoke detector on every level of your home, inside each bedroom and outside each sleeping area. Test smoke detectors every month and change the batteries every 6 months. Home fires can spread rapidly, and every second counts. Create an escape plan and practice it with everyone in your home. Make sure everyone can safely escape in less than 2 minutes. Keep escape routes as clutter-free as possible so no one trips or falls on the way out during an emergency. In addition to smoke detectors, fire extinguishers is an important device to have on hand. To use a fire extinguisher, remember the acronym PASS. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze the handle, and sweep from side to side at the base of the fire. We must all do our parts to ensure that our families and homes are safe in the event a fire occurs. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, the Director of Fire Services, and all officers of the Fire Department, let's work together to help prevent fires, because fire safety is everyone's responsibility, and the life you save may be your own.
Do you want to travel this holiday season? Don't want to miss out on those blockbuster deals? Well, have you gotten your COVID-19 vaccine yet? Time is running out to travel for the holidays, and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine may be just what you need. It's one and done. Just one jab of this vaccine, and 2 weeks later, you're fully vaccinated and ready to shop. Protect yourself and your loved ones this holiday season. Schedule your vaccine appointment now.
This portion of the news brought to you by Genuine Care, keeping you home while you're away. This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to sports. It was a heavyweight showdown between the top two teams in women's college basketball. The number 1 South Carolina Gamecocks will take on the number 2 Yukon Huskies for the inaugural Battle for Atlantis Women's Championship. Early on would be Paige Becker as UConn sophomore sensation with 19 points to lead the Huskies, pacing UConn to a double-digit lead in the first quarter. However, in the second half, the Gamecocks would turn things up on the defensive side of the ball, trailing 52-50 late in the third. South Carolina would hold UConn without a field goal for 7 minutes and 38 seconds, powered by Aaliyah Boston, who finished with 22 points and 15 rebounds. South Carolina would take down second-ranked UConn at 73-57. Head coach Dawn Staley and players Aaliyah Boston and Zia Cook on the win.
I think the atmosphere was great. Our fans, they're always great. It helped us out. I feel like I'm the type of player that do well when I have support. And now that we can finally have our fans back, feels good.
About the energy, even if you kind of went on a run, but when we started scoring, you heard them, and no matter what happened, we got to stop, we scored, so it just felt good to hear them in the crowd. You could just continue to push us.
Well, I just thought we just kept pressure on her. We just tried to not give her any open looks. We just tried to fight over screens. We tried to chase her off. We tried to send help when they posted our, Destiny Henderson up. I think we just made her work hard. And sometimes with a player like that, if she's going to play as many minutes as she has to play for them, we're hoping it takes a toll on her. It didn't the first time the last year that we played them, but it did, in a situation where you're playing, 3 days in a row.
After the tough loss, UConn coach Gino Auriemma says while his team is talented, there is still a lot of room for them to get better.
The next 4 months, the team you saw today, the next 4 months from now, it could be a completely different team. That's always every coach's hope and prayer, that our team can keep changing every week and use every experience to build on. Yes, that's the goal, and that's generally, how the season goes. This team's got some work to do if that's going to happen. We're going to have to work really, really hard for that to happen.
Coach Staley adding, with this being the inaugural women's tournament for the Battle for Atlantis series, she says she hopes that it can only continue to grow.
Moving forward, that the great teams will continue to come down here and play. It is a challenge. You're going to play great competition. You're going to play great competition, and you're going to measure yourself against the best. And the sun's out every morning. You can see the sunrise. You can wear shorts. I brought my boy Champ down here, so Paradise met my boy, and that was a great experience.
The women are set to wrap up games tonight. As for the men, their showdown is set to begin on Wednesday. And that's been a look at sports. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Wait, that's you?
Girl, don't be calling my name in public like that. What you saying?
Hey, radio, why you out here?
Come to get my car license.
Yeah, but you don't have to be out here.
No?
No, you could just go to My Gateway. My Gateway is a fast, easy, and secure way to access and pay all government services online.
So what you do?
I went to mygateway.gov.bs, registered with a government-issued ID, and bam, I was done. I scheduled an appointment, and in less than 20 minutes, I was straight.
Oh, shoot.
Super value and quality supermarkets have all your favorite brands and no limits. Muller's cut macaroni, 16-ounce, 2 for $3.79. Hunt's ketchup, 32-ounce, $2.79. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, 89 cents per pound. Yellow onions, 3-pound bag, $2.89. Pork chop ends, $2.39 per pound. 15 VAT-free items in this week's specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
I'm passionate about people like you, our customers. Everything that we do for the past 5 years ensures that you have access to the best. We look forward to connecting you with the future of technology, one day at a time. And we are excited for what the future holds. Thank you for choosing Alive.
To our customers, thank you. Thank you for being a part of the Alive family. Our 5-year milestone would not have been possible without you. We are excited and fired up to continue to provide you with only the best.
Our customers, you truly drive everything that we do.
Thank you for believing in Best, and thank you for being a part of this journey. We have weathered storms, connected you to loved ones when they can't be near, and strived to be the best. We are excited and looking forward to what the next 5 years have in store. Happy anniversary from Alive.
We're ready with the newly remodeled reception area. We're ready with your safety as our top priority. We're ready with state-of-the-art equipment, cutting-edge technology, and an enhanced patient information platform with online access to your reports for your physician. At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we're ready to serve you. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call to make an appointment today.
Best rate, no delays. Best rate, no delays.
BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment.
Best rate, no delays. Best rate, no delays.
Visit a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Tune in Monday, November 22nd at 8 p.m. for Ed Table Talk Unplugged and hear about the Teacher Cadet program.
The Teacher Cadet program has been active on every family island in the country, from Grand Bahama and Abaco in the north to Inagua in the south. The program has played an active role in cultivating teachers from all of those islands for the schools on all of those islands.
This former Teacher Cadet now teaches high school.
Many people just think teaching is just going to the board and standing up and talking. And so I believe that because of the COVID-19 pandemic, it is showing people that it is not just standing up to the board, because we have no board now to stand up to. And so now I believe that the program has really shown me all of the different aspects versus standing up to the board and just speaking.
Join us at 8 p.m. Monday, November 22nd on this channel for Ed Table Talk Unplugged, produced by the Communications section of the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training.
It is important that you follow these 4 R's when taking your medications. Right drug. Remember that each medication is specific for each individual, and what may work for one person may not work for the other. Right dose. Taking more or less than what is prescribed by your provider may cause you to either run out of your pills faster, it may affect your kidneys or liver, and it may even worsen your medical condition. Right time. Taking medications when told ensures that you have enough medication in your body to fight off the illness you may have. Right way. If your medication calls for you to take it whole, with food, or at night only, please follow these directions, as there may be side effects. Make a commitment today to be adherent to your medication regimen and practice healthy living.
This message has been brought to you by the Bahamas AIDS Foundation with funding provided by PEPFAR, USAID Local Capacity Initiative Small Grant.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in the Bahamas and in Bahamian women. At present, we are unable to prevent breast cancer, but performing screening mammograms can detect breast cancer at its earliest when there are no symptoms and when it is more likely to be treated successfully. All women should have a primary health care provider who is aware of their medical history, family history, and risk factors. Women 40 to 45 years can choose whether to start screening in consultation with their physician. All women 45 to 54 years should have an annual mammogram. Women older than 55 years can have a yearly mammogram or choose to have one every 2 years. Monthly breast self-exams in conjunction with the mammogram can increase the odds of early detection. Be proactive about your health.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, with 8 days remaining in the tropical cyclone season, we continue to keep a lid on the tropics with no activities out there. But in the northwestern parts of our country, we had a pre-frontal trough that moved through the capital this afternoon, and that produced some showers and thunderstorms that now moving into the central Bahamas. It will be followed by a cold front, which will move through in a short while. That will be followed by a second cold front, which is presently over northern Florida. That will move back into the northwest Bahamas tomorrow morning to reinforce the cool conditions, which will be with us for the next week or so. And tonight we're going in for evening shower, very possible, otherwise partly cloudy conditions behind the front, 72 degrees for your low. And tomorrow, it is going to be partly sunny and very breezy with a slight chance of a passing shower during the morning hours, the high temperature getting up to 80 degrees tomorrow. And your extended weather forecast, a couple of showers working their way back into the forecast on Wednesday, but that will be short-lived, as by Thursday we'll have an abundance of sunshine in our forecast, and that will continue through the weekend and into the early part of next week. But notice those nighttime temperatures, they're going to be very comfortable for the next week. We'll see temperatures in the 60s throughout the 7-day cycle. Makishla.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. And as we celebrate our 44th year of television broadcasting, it feels great to be your home. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Hello, I am Vaughn Albury. Welcome to Ed Table Talk Unplugged. It's a show produced by the Communications section of the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training. Here, we delve into issues of education featuring key persons and stakeholders. Here is my co-host, Denise Pratt.
Well, thank you, Vaughn. Well, you know, teachers have proven to be the ultimate national resource throughout the world. And without teachers, where would any of us be? Here in the Bahamas, since the onset of COVID-19, our teachers have demonstrated just how valuable they are, particularly as we are forced to resort to virtual instruction when face-to-face was suspended. It was not easy, but our teachers continue to show that they are steadfast and dedicated in the face of challenges.
That is true. There are approximately 3,500 teachers employed by the Ministry of Education. For more than 2 decades now, many of our younger teachers are products of the National Teacher Cadet Program for high school students. That is our topic today, and we are pleased to welcome Mrs. Dimitri Rowe, the Education Officer responsible for the Ministry's Career Path section, and Ms. Shakia Charlton, a teacher at the C.I. Gibson Secondary School. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Welcome, welcome.
Good to be here.
You're welcome. And joining us later will be the University of the Bahamas student, Kiara Dawkins.
Mrs. Rowe, tell us a little bit more about the Teacher Cadet Program. We know it started in 1995, and you were, in fact, one of its first participants, a former teacher. Tell us more about it. Who was it designed for?
Yes, as you would have already noted, in February 1995, the Ministry of Education would have started the Teacher Cadet Program, recognizing the need for homegrown Bahamian teachers. While it is always good to import teachers and benefit from the wide range of knowledge and skills that they bring, it is also very, very important that we cultivate a cadre of teachers that are Bahamian, because there are some things that are uniquely Bahamian that only Bahamian teachers can impart to Bahamian students. And I could give you many stories of my own experience as a Spanish teacher where knowing the Bahamian dialect, knowing the idiosyncrasies of our language was incredibly important as I tried to teach them a foreign language. But that's just one example. The Teacher Cadet program was designed to attract the brightest and best among our high school students, both in the public school and in independent schools across the country, to the teaching profession. And it was also designed to sensitize the Bahamian society at all levels to the unique and fundamental roles of teachers to the development of our nation.
Now, Ms. Roll, we know that the Teacher Cadet program is national in scope.
It is.
So we want to get our Family Island students involved. How have you been able to do that?
Absolutely.